Total Drama, or Total Drama Island, or whatever else it wants to be called, is a animated TV show that is supposed to be a parody or satire of reality TV, and more specifically, shows like Survivor, those type of shows. Yeah. Weirdly enough, it got really popular and well liked. So popular and well liked that it got countless or buttloads of spin offs, remakes, reboots, and it even got a baby version of it, which, unlike the others, end up not being liked at all, because really no one wanted that. Even the fans of that show didn't want that. But yeah. Anyways, my whole problems or issues with this show kind of come down to two things. First, the first one being, it's supposed to be a parody, right? It's supposed to be satire, right? Usually parodies and satires are supposed to, be funny. They're supposed to actually, parody and satire whatever they're parodying and satire well, They're supposed to do it well, make people laugh, That's what they're supposed to do, like South Park. South Park does parody and satire extremely well, even when they're over the top and ridiculous, They do it well. But Total Drama, no, it doesn't. It falls flat. And that's because it ends up trying too hard. It ends up trying too hard to be a parody, to be satire. It tries too hard to be over the top and ridiculous and nonsensical, and it tries too hard with the jokes, the edgy humor, the stupid humor, the everything. It tries way too hard, and it ends up just falling flat and not being funny whatsoever, at least to me. And yeah. And now the second thing, my second issue with the show, is might sound a little bit contradictory, especially to what I just said. I said that the show tries way too hard to be parody and satire. It tries way too hard to, to be over the top and ridiculous and nonsensical and everything else. But weirdly enough, at the same time, the show forgets that it's parody. It forgets that it's satire. It starts weirdly taking itself way too fucking seriously. And almost starts treating itself like an actual serious reality TV show drama, kind of, And it's just like, I don't know, it's just really confusing. It just kind of leaves me fucking dazed and confused. Like, what am I supposed to fucking feel? How am I supposed to feel about this show? How am I supposed to react to this show? Am I supposed to, see it as a parody, a satire, find it funny? Or am I supposed to, take it seriously and treat it as an actual real life reality TV show drama, What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to view this show? It's just confusing. And honestly, in the end, I end up not doing either, not viewing not viewing it as, parody or an actual good parody and satire, or finding it funny, or I don't view it as, or I don't take it seriously and view it as a serious reality TV show drama. I don't do either. It kind of fails on both fronts, you know, because it tries way too hard to be a parody and satire. It tries way too hard to be over the top and ridiculous and nonsensical and everything else. It tries way too hard in that aspect that it ends up, how am I supposed to take anything else seriously, Like, how am I supposed to take the rest of the show seriously? The drama moments, the serious moments, or whatever. How am I supposed to take anything else seriously? Like, I don't know. And it ends up just, again, fucking confusing the hell out of me. Like, I don't know how am I supposed to view this show. How am I supposed to react to it? I don't know. How am I supposed to see the show as anything? It just ends up being a frustrating, confusing, fucking mess of a show, and that's really what the problems I have with it is. It's just frustrating and confusing, and it ends up making me not fucking like the show at all, and not want anything to do with it. And yeah. But even though this show frustrates me and confuses me, I can understand why people like it and why it's so popular. Usually, sometimes with these sort of things, shows I don't like, sometimes I will end up saying, oh, I'll never understand why someone likes this. I'll never understand why it's so popular and so well liked. But this time, I understand it. I know why. It's because it's reality TV. It's the reality TV show effect, People love this kind of shit. People eat this kind of shit up. They love reality TV in any kind of quality. Good, bad, great, amazing, awful, fantastic, shitty, horrible. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the quality. People love reality TV for some reason. And people eat this shit up. And even I'm guilty of it, in some cases. Like, I love watching The Osbournes, and I end up weirdly getting into that fucking Jessica Simpson reality TV show on MTV back in the day. And, yeah. So even I'm guilty of it. So, yeah, I get why people love this show and why it's so popular and so well liked. But yeah, it's still confusing and frustrating for me. The show in general. And yeah.